Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I just filmed this look minus the hair. I basically wanted to show you today my 10 minutes makeup routine. Very quick routine because usually my makeup takes about 30 minutes on average if I have time, but 10 minutes makeup is usually something that I do when I have to get up at 5:30, 5:40 in the morning, and I have a very long very long day of work. I basically have to get up before my kids, before I get my kids up, and I have to get ready, and then I drop them off to school, I go to work, and sometimes my days don't end until 10:30 p.m. I finish at 10 p.m. my rehearsals, and then I come home. It's usually 10:30 p.m. So yes, on those very early days, I cannot bother to get up earlier and spend 30 minutes on my makeup. That's why I do this quick makeup. So whatever you see, that usually takes me about 10 minutes. So yeah, if you want to see how I achieve this look, minus the hair, obviously I don't have even time to do the hair. Once I curl my hair and day before, that's usually where I wash my hair, a day before, the curl stays. So I just kind of zhuzh them up a little bit and I'm good to go. So all the makeup, all the items that I'm using, all the products will be linked down in the description box. Skincare that I'm using, the skincare does not fall into my 10 minutes category. I usually take about 5-6 minutes to do my skincare, and I do it as soon as I get up, and just give a few minutes in between before I start my makeup. But I'll link everything down below, especially the xoxo eye cream that I have been using. I think this is one of the newest one. It's amazing. Again, I'll link it down below. So without any further ado, if you want to see how I've done this makeup, then keep on watching. Alright guys, so my face is all prepped. All my skincare will be linked down in the description box. As usual, I have all my makeup in my niece mini from LV. So I have basically everything I need to do this very quick makeup. I'm gonna start with putting a little bit of the grapefruit balm from Laneige. I just like to have something on my lips. I hate dry lips, so I'm using this one. All right, so I'm gonna do first, very quickly, I'm gonna put some primer. This is the primer from YSL. I actually have this for a while. This is the Instant Moisture Glow, and this is the Ultra Moisture kind. There is also a different one that looks kind of in the similar tube, but I'm gonna do this one. I use very little, just distribute all over my face, and then I'm gonna follow with the foundations. Usually when I do my 10 minutes makeup, I either go with the Chanel Le Beige foundation, and I do have in the color B10, or I'll do the Armani Luminous Silk foundation, and I have in the color 2. Sometimes I'll mix them both, so we'll see. But those are usually like my quick foundation that are easy to blend, that I don't have to spend hours, basically blending them. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so foundation is on. The next thing I do, obviously, I use my concealer. These are my two favorite concealers. The last time I did the video, kind of get ready with me, I believe I used the Hourglass concealer, which is amazing. But it's also very similar to the Chanel. Chanel is just a little bit lightweight, and sometimes when I'm in rush, I kind of like to use this one slightly better, although I love both of them. So I'm gonna go with Chanel today. All right, the next thing I have to do, I cannot skip this if I have to wear an eyeshadow. This is the Smashbox 24 hours primer for your eyes. As you can see, I have very little left. I'm actually gonna be buying another one towards the end of the month when the Sephora sale starts. So I just use a very tiny amount, and I'm gonna put it right on my eyelids. And it really does help with your eyeshadow to stay during the day, and especially for me when I have those super long days. I don't want my eyeshadow to be like all over the place. So yeah, that is very important. So, all right, this thing is done. Let's set the face very quickly. I'm not using any cream contour or my usual Chanel or Patrick Ta, you know, those cream contours, because I have no time. I'm doing a quick makeup, but I've been recently obsessed with this palette from Hourglass. This is the Christmas edition ambient palette, and you know, Hourglass comes out with those every single Christmas, and I'm sure there's gonna be more than just this, but let me just show you guys. I have been using this for the past few weeks. This is absolutely amazing, and I love this powder as my setting powder. I've heard some people say that it's a little bit too glowy, but you know, honestly, I love it. I think it looks beautiful. So this is the biggest pen. You know, it's obviously the powder. So I'm just using a velour puff. This one is from Makeup Forever, and I basically just kind of fold it like this, and I'm just gonna slightly set my makeup. So I kind of, you know, just press it a little bit. So I'm not gonna be too, you know, too shiny. We'll come back to this palette in just a second, but I want to set my under eye. And to do this, I have to use my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. I know it seems like it's an extra step, but honestly, you guys, I have to do it. So I just put a little bit like on the lid, and I'm just gonna set my under, and I just kind of go with the brush all over, you know, under the eyes and on the lids, and it just really nicely sets my eyes area. Okay, so let's finish up the face. Now, when I'm in rush, I cannot use this bronzer. I do like this bronzer, but it's just like pen is too small, and I'm just, you know, I have no time. So I'm gonna go for my Laura Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, and this is in color, I believe it was number 2. Yes, this is number 2. So this is not the lightest one. The lightest one was number 1, and it was like way too light even for me, and I'm super pale. So I have this for a while, you guys. This is one of the best bronzers you can have. I'm using obviously my favorite powder brush from La Mer. This is powder brush. I love it for bronzer, and it's just so good. And you know, when you're in rush, this bronzer is so forgiving because it's not like super overly pigmented, like for example Gucci, which I love so much. But with the Gucci, sometimes you have to be careful. So if I'm in rush and it's like 5:45 in the morning, you know, and I'm barely like, you know, I just open literally my eyes and I'm trying to put, you know, makeup on. I don't want to make any goof, you know, so I reach for the products that are a little bit easier to apply, so I don't have to spend much time blending, and you know, I'm not gonna suddenly look like I have, you know, too much bronzer on one side. So Charlotte Tilbury, it is pigmented, but it's not as pigmented as Gucci or other bronzers that I have, obviously, and it's just nice. It's just so nice and easy to apply. You cannot go wrong with that bronzer, and it comes in so many different colors. So obviously, if you have a darker skin tone, you can pick the one that will work for you. Do you see the difference? Do you see how pretty it looks instantly? See, this part has no bronzer. There's a bronzer here. It looks amazing. And it's like I said, it's like, see, I'm swirling quite a few times because you can build it up very, very easily. Yeah, so that would be my bronzer. So I basically just do it very, very quickly and blends like instantly. So I really, really like it. It's very easy. Okay. The next thing I'm gonna do, I'm going back to my Hourglass palette, and I'm basically gonna use my Bobbi Brown blush brush, which is something that I use all the time. And I'm gonna kind of use these two blushes that are here, and I might even touch a little bit of that highlighter. You know, I'm not a big on highlighters, to be honest with you, but I kind of swirl everything. I'll try not to touch the bronzer, obviously. And I'm just gonna put a little bit blush. I'm also trying not to, you know, use too much blush, because sometimes you can overdo it, but just a little flush blush to the cheeks. I think that looks pretty good. I will not forget to do my Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder, just to a little bit. If you guys know me, I always do that, just to sculpt my nose a little bit. This takes literally like 10-15 seconds, so I can do it without even mirror. It's just so easy. So yeah, there we go. All right, the next thing is very important. We cannot forget to do my brows. I'm gonna be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's just, you know, I just have to put the mirror in my face, so excuse me. All right, I think my brows are done. Usually what takes me the longest is probably my foundation and my brows. That's what takes the longest, you know, out of the entire makeup. So now we can do my eyes. I keep it very simple, you guys, and for the past month I have been doing this basically every single day. This is the Hourglass Smoke. This is one of those eyeshadows that comes in the pot. I used to be addicted to the color Reflect, and since I got this one, I think it's been over a month now, I literally have been using this one every single day, and this is all I do because I don't have time in the morning, you know, on those days. So I use my fingers. It's so nice, and it's just so easy. Yes, you can use a brush, but why bother? You know, I'm just gonna, let me just take this mirror. All right, my eyeshadow is done. I will be not putting any eyeliner because simply this is my quick makeup. So I don't use my Tom Ford when I'm in a rush, but I do use my Dior eyeliner, and I'm gonna put it in the lower lash because it just looks funny. But I just don't bother with the upper lash, you know, with my usual liquid eyeliner, because, you know, simply because I don't have time. But I do like to smear this one, and this one is, by the way, in the color brown. Sometimes I also like to use a YSL brand brown eyeliner, is also amazing. So either one of those, you know, whichever comes handy, either Dior or YSL, they're so good. I would say YSL is even a little bit softer. I can link them down both in the description box, so you can go and check it out. But that's pretty much all I do. Okay, so the next thing I have to do, I have left, is just mascara, but I also want to set my makeup before I put the mascara. I'm gonna be using one of my favorites. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter. Love this one. Maybe I do too much, but I love it. And of course I have to use my fan. So I'm curling my eyelashes before I put the mascara. And I don't know, I always do it. I feel like it looks better, even though, you know, the curl doesn't really hold for like all day or anything like that. But I don't know, I just feel like it looks better in the beginning at least. So I keep doing it. And of course the mascara I'll be using is my favorite mascara. This is Chanel Volume de Chanel. I tried so many different mascaras, but I always go back to the Chanel. It's just, I love it. I love that Chanel. It just gives me a nice thickness, a nice volume to my lashes, and never smeared on me. And it's just amazing. Never flakes, even you know, when I finish my day at 10:30 p.m. The mascara is still on, unless, you know, if I'm rubbing my eyes, then obviously it's gonna go bad, but you know, it's just great. I love this mascara. So the lipstick that I just put on is from Chanel, and it's in the color Cecile. This is one of my favorite lipsticks. It's kind of a nude, but it has a little pink in it, so it's not completely, I don't look very kind of ghostly, you know, I don't look good in a very brown lipstick, so I always have to have a little bit hint of pink. This is 432, yeah, Cecile. So I love this lipstick. It's great. So you guys, this makeup is done, basically. I mean, what do you think? Of course, if I'm not talking, you know, like I said, it's gonna take me about 10 minutes, and I'm kind of explaining things, so obviously it takes longer, but I will link every single item that I used here in the description box below, so you can go ahead and check it out if you want to recreate this makeup. And yeah, I told you even the colors of my foundation. Oh, I'm not sure if did I mention these? The Hourglass I have in the color cream. I'll link it down below, and the Chanel concealer is the lightest one. I think it's 01, but I'll link it down below for you as well. So yeah, that is my finished makeup. I'm gonna go ahead and go do my hair, because I only took a shower and just dried my hair, so I have to put some nice curls into it and just move on with my day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, of course, don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you use any of those products, and how long. I would like to know how long on average takes you to do the makeup, because if I do have a time, see, like today is one of my days that I don't have to rush. Then normally I will use, you know, some of the different even products and do maybe more fancy eye colors and, you know, put some more stuff into my face. I can even take 30 minutes, you know, that's what usually what takes me, because I like to watch the videos, you know, do different things. But those days that I have to be up by, you know, 6 o'clock, 5:40 usually, and I don't want to get up earlier to spend, you know, half an hour to do the makeup. So that's what I do when I'm in rush. I hope you like this video. Thank you so much for watching, you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!